Hi, this is Glenda. We had a night away up at Shepparton to celebrate my daughter's birthday, and we went into an antique-y, bricky-bracky, junk shoppy place, and I bought some lace, and I couldn't help myself, and I don't really need lace, so what I'm doing is adding it to this box, and this box is already full. So I thought, right, it's time to try and work out how many ways can I use lace. So I really want to end up with my new stash fitting in the box with my old stash. So I'm not sure how I'm going to go, because I find that I use lace on a card and I've used a little tiny bit and it makes no obvious difference to the stash. So I guess I need to use up all the little bits first and come up with some things that perhaps use a bit of extra lace on things. So I thought I'll start with going through what have I done recently. Well, of course the most recent one was this one, and the background didn't actually use up a piece of lace, it just dedicated a piece of lace to glittering. This got used up and this got used up, so that's one way. Then this one I had used a piece of lace down in the background, so that's another way to use lace as a background. Flowers are a good way to use lace because they use up quite a chunk at a time, so I'll try a number of different flowers and see how I go destashing. I've also used a bit of lace in the background and a bit of lace going across. So you've seen all these ones before, I'm sorry about that, but this is where I'm starting with what I've just done. And this was a strip of lace cut in, and I cut all the little circles off to put on the tree. So that's where I'm starting. I will go away, I'll do this video in a number of coming backs to it. I'm not sure how many processes I'll record, but I'll try and document as many different ways to use lace as I can. And I'll see how I go, and hopefully I can still get everything in my box. I've got to leave something for my children to inherit. Yeah, and the video may end up in a number of parts if I come up with a number of different ways of using it. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so here's my first or next two uses of lace. If you have a really pretty piece of lace, it pretty much stands on its own, and all I've done is use the piece of lace and a bow and a pearl. You can obviously mass produce these if you need to. I noticed a few people doing wedding things with those, so you know, that's a nice way to show off your lace rather than just have it disappear into whatever you're doing. And the next one was to simply cut a panel. You could get a pre-cut card if you don't have a machine. You can die cut it or electronic digital cut it, or use a pair of scissors or a knife, whatever. Just cut a shape, put a piece of lace, and then I've lined my card with a contrasting colour to bring out the pattern in the lace. So I also saw a variation on this idea, and they dyed the lace in variegated colours, so I thought I'll try that. It could be a total failure, but we'll see how we go. So I had my piece of lace, there it is, and I'm actually going to wear rubber gloves because I always think, oh no, it doesn't matter, and end up with coloured hands all week. And then I usually think, oh, I can just get away with one, and you know, the other hand always ends up a mess. So I'm just going to spritz my bit of lace with water, make sure it's soggy. I've got some dyes here, but you don't need dyes. You can use re-inkers, alcohol inks, probably even food colouring, anything you've got on hand. I saw the inks at a show once and loved the results they got with them, and I sort of suckered myself into buying some when I didn't really need them. And that is so pale. To the extent it's made no difference whatsoever. Okay. Well, try this one. And I now have a brown piece of lace. The colour is called Persian Gold. Oh no, it is lightening up. Okay. And I have some fuchsia. Just going to try and paint that on. Would have been better if I'd got a narrower brush. And wisteria. This is where I wish I brought some water so I don't contaminate my dyes, but never mind. It's not going much darker, is it? Well, we shall see. It's all the fun of playing. Okay, so I've cut my hole in my card and I've embossed it, and then I've spritzed it because I must have used some sort of technique on using the embossing folder last time that involved ink and I didn't clean it properly, so I ended up with stains on my card, so I've saved it by covering it up. And this is going to go in this gap, and I'll just line the back because it's actually quite a high quality card with pattern in it, so I'll do that and come back. Okay, so this did not turn out remotely as expected. When I went to stick the lace down, I discovered it was far more vintage than I realised, and it started to tear. So the other thing you can do with lace is make a frame. So I've done that. You know, never let anything beat you. You know, if you can possibly save a card, do so. There's my motto. So normally I think the lace would look better going the other way, but since I'm trying to hide the flaws in my antique lace, it's going inwards. So I've added the lace, I've put a liner just on half of the card, added some pearls and some flowers, and I'm going to have to try that technique again because it really isn't what I was trying to achieve. I was going to have a white card with my graded lace in the middle, and I hadn't quite worked out embellishments, but certainly nothing like that. So anyway, I think I will leave my lace for the moment, and finish this video off, and then I'll start again in a new video. Thanks for watching.